Namaskar. Welcome to Jeevan Pravas once again. So, as promised, today's session, let us start with a first prayer. And what is this prayer? It's a very powerful prayer. Before any learning that happens, we are supposed to be saying this prayer. So, I will first chant this prayer and then we will talk about this prayer. So, let's all close our eyes, fold our hands, and say this prayer. ॐ सहनां भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं कर्वावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Now, if you listen to this prayer, this is a very powerful prayer which is meant to be uh, initiating any kind of a learning process where there is a teacher and there is a learner. So, this is a prayer to, as I said in the last session, that when we say a prayer, it is about kind of putting in effort for those hidden variables and to ensure that that the probability of success in our endeavors increases, positive probability, by harmonizing our intention towards doing something. So what is the intention for learning? The intention for learning is to have a very clear mind, to be able to listen properly, and to be able to assimilate whatever is being told in the particular session, right? So in learning, so the prayer is talking about protection. The first stanza is about protection. Sanam Vavatu. It's about, can I please give me protection? Protection from what? Protection from anything that is going to distract me from my learning process. Learning process is very important. So in any kind of education, any kind of a session where we are trying to transmit knowledge or receive knowledge, there is a the mind has to be protected from deviation from here and there. So when I'm sitting for listening to something, if I'm looking at my mobile, for example, or there is a bell ringing, or somebody comes, so there's immediately there the mind deviates, because we have these senses which are constantly connected with the objects of the world, and the distractions are highly possible. So the first prayer is, please protect me. The probability of distraction should come down. So please protect me. Then it comes to Sahanau Bhunaktu. What it means is, let this learning that is coming inside nourish me. Nourishment of yourself is very important. So the second point is about nourishment. So that's the second phrase that we use, Sahanau Bhunaktu. Then it comes to Sah Viryam Karva Bhai, which like we have to put in effort. Even if I'm learning or I'm teaching, I have to put in effort, because my mind, my senses are constantly connected to the entire world. So there is an effort involved in ensuring that my mind is not getting deviated, and my senses are not getting deviated from the topic of discussion. So keeping myself in laser focus is important, but for that we have to put in an effort. Without effort, it's not going to happen. So give me the strength, give me the bravery to put in that effort, and let that effort be full of energy. It should not be something that I'm lazy, I'm sleepy, or I'm feeling tired, or I'm looking at my mind is just running away and I'm not able to control my senses. So that bravery, that strength is required. So we are praying for that strength. Then it talks about Tejasvinam Vaditamastu. It's about the brightness. Tejasvinam is brightness. So that the brain or intelligence should get the brightness from the learning. So when you get the entire system gets nourished, my intelligence gets the illumination of whatever I'm learning, and I'm thinking about it, and I'm actually learning something new out of it, and it's giving me that, wow, I have learned something new today. So that's the beauty. That's the prayer is telling, that let my intelligence get illuminated by the learning that I'm going to receive today. And the last part of it is Ma with Vishabhai is, this is a very interesting concept. This concept has been understood thousands of years back in our scriptures, that whenever there is a learning and teaching process, the learner also has an ego. That means I come with preconditioned notions in my mind. I already know that there are certain things. I have lived my life in a particular way. I know certain things. So there are certain notions that I already have in myself. Now, when I am listening to somebody, these notions start interfering with the knowledge that is coming in to tell me, no, 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 what he's saying is not right. I think it is this. And I want to go and argue with that person and say, how are you saying this? I think that this is what it is. Now, there comes a conflict because the learner's mind is already colored in a particular perception, and for that learner to actually accept whatever is coming from the teacher is very difficult in that case. So this particular stanza is to say that let me not have a conflict with my teacher or the learner. Let there be a complete reception and transmission as we speak, so that the mind is open to receive things. So, as they say, an empty cup is important for you to pour coffee in it. If your cup is filled up, it's only going to overflow, and it's not good. So therefore, when we go to learn or when we are trying to learn something, it's very important to keep our notions aside and to just listen and just take in whatever is being said. So that will improve the quality of learning that is going to happen. Yes, it is not that you accept things blindly. You can question it, but it's very important to listen completely, assimilate it, understand it, then question it, ask the question to the instructor, have healthy discussions, and then come to the final conclusion as to what is the right thing as it is, and not try to use your preconceived notions and form opinions rather than that. So now imagine, this is the beauty of the prayer that has been coined thousands of years back, where it has understood the psychology completely as how the mind works and how we are praying to ensure that our mind is completely receptive to take the whatever learnings are being given to us. That's the beauty that the tradition has, and that's why before every session this prayer is always chanted, and then there is this Om Shanti 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 three times. Again, there is a relevance for this Shanti being told three times. The first Shanti is called for the Adhyatmic capacity. When I say Adhyatmic, there should be no disturbance. We want peace from the inside. That means I should not have any kind of thoughts coming, or I should not get lazy or sleepy, or I may get some cough or some fever. Those kind of things should not happen. So that's more from the Adhyatmic point of view, is the first Shanti. The second Shanti is called Adi Bhautik. That means from the external world, I should not get disturbances. There should be peace. Nobody should come and obstruct this learning process. There should be complete peace from the outside world. Means somebody ringing a bell, or somebody coming in, or somebody disturbing your event, those kind of things. The third Shanti is called Adi Daivik. Now, there are certain supernatural forces that can come and destroy this process of learning. It could be a sudden rain, or it could be a sudden earthquake, or it could be sudden anything. I mean, things that happen beyond our control, which is more supernatural. Those things are being addressed in the third Shanti. So, if you look at this entire prayer, it talks about preparing yourself for a beautiful learning session before the teacher starts speaking about it. And that is why this particular prayer is used at the beginning of every session. And then at the end of every session, there is another prayer. We will talk about that prayer in my next session. So I hope this session, which talks about the beginning of any line of a learning session, is so important to chant and to meditate for a minute, to ensure that you are prepared from the physical side, from the emotional side, and from your intelligence, to ensure that you're ready to receive any kind of a learning. I hope this small talk on this particular morning prayer will have added value to you, and looking forward to preparing for the next session, where we'll be talking about the ending prayer. Thank you, and see you next time. Bye.